Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Talk Sarah, the podcast where we help you learn real, natural English through simple and interesting conversations.
Hi everyone, I'm Alex, and as always, I'm here with Sarah. Today we're going to talk about something that almost everyone thinks about at some point in life.
That's right. Today's topic is something very interesting. Why do some people seem to succeed faster than others?
Yes, sometimes we look at other people and think, wow, they became successful so quickly. How did they do that?
Exactly. Maybe you see someone start a business and suddenly they're doing very well. Or maybe someone learns a new skill and improves very fast.
Meanwhile, other people might work very hard for years, but still feel like they are moving slowly.
So, today we are going to explore this question together. Is success about talent? Is it about luck? Or is there something deeper behind it?
And while we talk about this topic, you will also learn useful English words and expressions that people in the United States use in everyday conversations.
That's right. So, relax, listen carefully, and enjoy the conversation.
Sarah, have you ever heard the phrase overnight success?
Yes, I have. People use that phrase when someone suddenly becomes very successful in a short amount of time.
Exactly. For example, someone might start a YouTube channel and within a few months they have millions of subscribers.
When people see that, they often say, wow, that person became famous overnight.
But here's the interesting part. Most of the time, that success didn't really happen overnight.
That's a great point. Many people work for years before others finally notice them.
Exactly. From the outside, it looks like fast success, but behind the scenes, there was a lot of hard work.
For example, many successful musicians practiced their instruments for 10 or 15 years before they became famous.
And many successful entrepreneurs failed several times before they finally built a successful company.
Another reason people think others succeed faster is something called comparison.
Yes, comparing yourself to other people can be very dangerous for your confidence.
Imagine this situation. You start learning English today.
After 3 months, you meet someone who speaks English very fluently.
You might feel discouraged and think, I will never speak that well.
But what you don't know is that the other person may have been studying English for 10 years.
Exactly. We often compare our beginning to someone else's middle or ending.
And that creates a false picture in our minds.
Another important idea is that every person has a different path in life.
Yes, some people discover their passion very early.
For example, a child might start playing the piano at the age of 5.
By the time that child becomes 20 years old, they already have 15 years of practice.
But another person might discover music much later in life.
Maybe they start learning the piano at age 25.
That doesn't mean they cannot become good musicians.
It just means their journey will look different.
Alex, this reminds me of a small story I once heard.
Oh, really? I love stories. Tell us about it.
There were two friends who graduated from college together.
Okay, what happened to them?
The first friend started a company immediately after graduation.
That sounds exciting.
Yes, within 3 years, his company became very successful.
So people probably thought he was very lucky.
Exactly. Everyone said, wow, he became successful so quickly.
And what about the second friend?
Well, his journey was much slower.
So Sarah, you said the second friend had a much slower journey. What happened to him?
Well, after graduation, the second friend didn't start a company right away. Instead, he decided to work at different jobs to gain experience.
That actually sounds like a smart decision.
Yes, but at the time, many people thought he was falling behind.
I see. So people were comparing him to his successful friend.
Exactly. Every time someone mentioned the first friend's success, they would ask the second friend the same question.
Let me guess. They asked, why aren't you successful yet?
Yes, something like that. And those questions made him feel pressure.
That kind of pressure can be really difficult.
It can. But the second friend didn't stop learning. Every job he worked taught him something new.
That's important. Sometimes learning slowly builds a stronger foundation.
Exactly. For example, in his first job, he learned how businesses manage money.
That's a very valuable skill.
Then, in his second job, he learned how to communicate with customers.
Another important skill.
Later, he worked in a company where he learned about leadership and teamwork.
So little by little, he was building knowledge and experience.
Yes, but from the outside, people didn't see that progress.
They only saw that he wasn't rich or famous yet.
Exactly. And that's something that happens very often in real life.
I think social media also makes this problem worse.
You're absolutely right. On social media, people usually show only their best moments,
They show their achievements, their travels, and their successes.
but they rarely show their failures or struggles.
So when someone scrolls through social media, it looks like everyone else is succeeding faster.
Yes, and that can make people feel like they're not doing well enough.
But the truth is that every successful person has faced challenges.
Absolutely. Behind every success story, there are usually many failures.
So Sarah, what eventually happened to the second friend?
Well, after many years of learning and working, he finally decided to start his own business.
Interesting. How many years later?
About 10 years after graduation.
That's quite a long time.
Yes, but remember something important. During those 10 years, he gained knowledge, experience, and confidence.
So when he finally started his company, he was ready.
Exactly.
Let me guess, his business became successful too.
Yes, it did. In fact, his company grew very quickly.
That's amazing.
And do you know why it grew so fast?
Because of all the experience he gained earlier?
Exactly. The lessons he learned from all those jobs helped him avoid many mistakes.
So the years that looked slow were actually preparing him for success.
That's right. Sometimes slow progress is actually powerful preparation.
I think this story teaches an important lesson.
Yes, everyone's timeline is different.
Some people succeed early,
Some succeed later.
but success is not a race.
Exactly. What matters most is continuous learning and improvement.
So here's a question for our listeners.
Yes, think about your own life. Are you comparing your progress to someone else's journey?
Or are you focusing on improving yourself step by step? Sarah, that story really makes you think. It shows that success doesn't always happen at the same time for everyone.
Exactly, Alex. One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing that life follows the same timeline for everyone.
Yes, in reality, every person has a different journey, different opportunities, and different challenges.
Some people discover their passion early in life.
While others may spend many years exploring different paths before finding what truly excites them.
And that's completely okay.
Another important factor in success is something very simple but very powerful: consistency.
Yes, consistency means doing something regularly, even when progress feels slow.
For example, imagine someone learning English.
If they study for just 15 or 20 minutes every day, they will slowly improve.
But if they only study once every 2 weeks, their progress will be much slower.
Small daily actions can create big results over time.
That's true not only for language learning, but also for business, sports, music, and almost every skill in life.
Another skill that people often forget about is patience.
Yes, patience is extremely important.
In today's world, people want quick results.
We live in a fast world where everything seems instant.
Instant messages, instant food, instant entertainment.
But real success usually takes time.
Many successful people spent years learning, practicing, and improving before reaching their goals.
And those years of effort helped them build strong skills and confidence.
One of the biggest reasons people fail is actually very simple.
They give up too early.
Yes, sometimes people stop trying just before things start to improve.
Imagine planting a tree,
At first, you see almost nothing happening above the ground.
but under the soil, the roots are slowly growing stronger.
If someone stops watering the tree too early, the tree will never grow.
But if they continue taking care of it, eventually it becomes strong and tall.
Success works in a similar way.
So maybe the real question is not why do some people succeed faster?
Maybe the better question is, how can I keep improving on my own journey?
That's a powerful way to think.
Instead of comparing yourself with others, focus on your own growth.
Celebrate small improvements.
Learn from mistakes.
And most importantly, keep moving forward.
Before we finish today's episode, we want to give you a small exercise.
Yes, think about one skill you want to improve.
Maybe it's learning English,
Maybe it's public speaking.
or maybe it's starting a business.
Now ask yourself one simple question.
What small step can I take today?
It doesn't have to be a big step.
Even a small step can move you forward.
Sarah, I think today's conversation carries an important message.
Yes, success is not about speed.
It's about persistence.
It's about learning.
And it's about staying committed to your goals.
Thank you so much for listening to Talks Sarah, the podcast where you learn English through real conversations.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to follow the channel and share it with someone who is learning English.
And remember, improving your English is a journey.
Practice a little every day. Stay patient and keep learning.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Take care, everyone, and keep practicing your English.